You are now listening to Nexxlegacy Radio, a radio station for the people.
And this afternoon, or when anybody will get a chance to be able to listen to this broadcast, I have a guest for you that I have adored since I've actually heard about all the things that she has been doing with whole home water filtration. This young lady took a look at her website, fell in love with it instantly based on the fact that not only is the product that she has that she will be here to talk about is, to me, revolutionary based on the health of our water and the health of each other. Because think about it, we all need water, right? You need water at home. You want it clean, you want it pure, you want to have that opportunity to be able to say, hey, this is it, and there isn't any different types of things out there that is pushing this particular type of filtration to the mainstream, but this young lady. And again, she's brought to you by www.whitewavefiltration.com. You can be able to check out her website. You can be able to look at all the products that she has. You can check out the newsletter, the specs of everything, and you can buy now. And I want to welcome Carol to the show on Nexxlegacy Radio. How are you doing, young lady?
Fine, Charles. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
I am very, very happy, and we've talked already, so you kind of already know how I feel. And before I even start throwing out some questions, I just have to tell you once again, publicly, live, that I feel like this is definitely revolutionary based on what you are providing to the masses. And when I say that, I'm talking about the opportunity that folks will have, not just being a part of this revolutionary thing, not just the water itself, but also the education of it. I think it's a lot deeper than the product you are actually putting out there for everyone. And it's also an opportunity for people to learn more. As they get educated, I think everybody will understand the fact that we have to have a different option and an opportunity. And when I saw your website, and I think I told you this the last time I saw you after I got the website, I was amazed because it is simple to navigate. It is very informative. The products are available, and the information and content that you provided on the website is brilliant. So, Carol, I have to give you a lot of credit.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm trying to keep things very simple so everybody can just understand what I'm trying to offer and why I'm offering it. And I just want the lay person to be able to understand what I'm trying to say and do.
So if you take a look at the regular consumer or someone who has no knowledge to what you are providing, to start off, Carol, how did you get started? What motivated you to get to this point where you wanted to quarterback this filtration evolution, in my opinion?
Well, just to give you a little background, I'm a full-time nationally certified aqua fitness instructor, and I've been teaching for about 10 years, and so my world is water, and I work in it, and I drink a lot of it. I don't drink anything but water, really. I don't drink soda or anything. So
Okay.
I've always been looking for healthy water to drink, and there really isn't a lot of healthy water out there. So that was my initial motivation, is there's got to be something. We're all buying bottled water. Why are we buying bottled water? Everybody knows that there's something wrong with their water, or they wouldn't be buying it by the case. And
Right.
And I was buying water. And so anyway, one of my friends and one of my students invited me over to her home to try some water. And she's actually the initial founder of Seltzer Sisters Water in San Francisco that was founded about 30 years ago. So she knows a lot about filtration, a lot about water. So she invited me over one day, and she said, Carol, I know your world is water. Please come over and try my water because it's going to be the best that you've ever tasted in your life. So I did, and indeed it was the best water I ever had. So I looked at her and I said, we need to market this. She said, no, we don't need to market it. You need to market it. She said, your world is water. You need to make this happen. You can bring it out to the community and the people. So that's how we were born.
Literally in water.
In water, yes. So, right. So, of course, I immediately got, so she had the water filtration system custom designed to the Hetch Hetchy water system. So the Hetch Hetchy water system used to be really healthy and, have really high-quality water until about 10 years ago when they started adding chloramines. And chloramines is a mix of ammonia and chlorine. So if you take a bottle of ammonia and you take a bottle of chlorine and you mix it in a glass, that's what we're drinking, but of course not that concentrated. But there are a lot of there are a lot of severe health effects from chloramine. And I have 3 kids, and I'm also in the health field, and I'm all about health. So anyway, so she had this custom design for the Hetch Hetchy system, and she was very careful to also include the chloramine to be removed because there really are no other systems in the Bay Area that remove chloramine. So she said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. And that's how I live my life. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. So she had this system developed. It takes out 400,000. It filters 400,000 gallons of water. If a household is an average of 4 people, it may last anywhere from 5 to 7 years before they have to replace the tank. And the goal here is to bring everybody the healthiest water possible with the least amount of contaminants at the lowest, most affordable price so that a person doesn't have to break their pocketbook to be able to drink, bathe, and shower with healthy water. And that's my whole goal here, is to offer everybody that alternative because there are well over 60 contaminants in our water in Hetch Hetchy. There's probably a lot more contaminants in, of course, other places in California and the United States, but I'm not concentrating on that at the moment. And so we have an advanced catalytic carbon filter system that holds the water long enough to really filter everything out down to 0.035 microns, which is just minimal. So we get out the pesticides, the herbicides, the VOCs, the lead, and mercury, asbestos, arsenic, all kinds of stuff is in our water. And I don't think people understand what is in our water. They don't. So that's my goal here is to bring everybody the healthiest water possible.
And Carol, you brought up a lot of good facts about just what we're putting into our bodies. And Carol of White Wave Filtration is our guest on Nexxlegacy Radio. You can check out the website, which is www.whitewavefiltration.com. Call now for anything. Once you hit the website, just make sure you dial 650-780-9323 and check out every single piece of content on the website for everything. And the question I have for you, Carol, is you mentioned the fact that all the facts that you've given us, the fact that there's so much in our water systems which is making others go to grocery outlets to purchase water by the case. In cases for that matter. So you have all this and the knowledge of us as consumers. Why do you think there is such a massive, I guess you can say in a lot of ways, people just tend to ignore what's in front of them? If they know they have to go to the water to get it or to the store to go get these cases and they think that it's good for them, why do a lot of us consumers still go there?
Well, I think a lot of people are actually scared. They don't want to read their water report because I think they feel helpless. Like even if there are things in their water that they don't like, they feel like they can't do anything about it. and they can do something about it. They can get White Wave, whole home water filtration, or they can buy a shower head, which we will be offering soon, that will also filter the water. So I think people are just generally scared, and they feel helpless, and that's why they're just like, okay, well, we're just going to continue on the way we're going. And a lot of people are taking their water for granted, as if it's also going to last forever. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is our water supplies are actually diminishing, and the water quality is getting worse by the year. But it's easy to not think about. It's easy to turn the faucet on, or go buy your water, or go buy the bottles, and just keep living your daily life and not really spend a lot of time with it.
Do you think we need more educational websites like yours? But, I think the best thing that I feel like that you provide, not just the products, which is available and people can go to the website to check it out, get educated, make a purchase, go to whitewavefiltration.com. But also I think, and for the most part, it comes in bunches, I guess. I think once you get a group of people who are mesmerized by the pure fact of what this content is, not the content but also the product, they may come in bunches, maybe, correct? Could be.
It could very well be. I mean, I feel like what I'm offering is at some point going to catch on like wildfire, because there is no other product out there at the price point that I'm offering that also offers, this purity of water for 400,000 gallons, or that's going to last you, 5 to 8 years, depending. There's just nothing out there that exists that won't literally break somebody's pocketbook. And not everybody wants to spend $8,000 at a time in the hope that their water is going to remain, staying filtered for 10 years without ever checking the filters. And that's the one thing that I really do like about our product, is that you do have to change the filters. And there's two different filters that has to be changed. One of them has to be changed every 3 months, and the other one, which is the post filter, has to be changed every year. And I like the fact that you have to change the filters. It's not a hassle. It's really easy to do. And because you can actually see the silt and the sediment and what goes through our water, and you know that when you replace a dirty filter with a nice clean one, that you're going to now have that high quality filtration until it's time again to change the filter. And so I know that there are plenty of systems out there that you don't have to change the filter, but I have no idea how those filters are actually staying clean and giving people the quality that they deserve.
And I think that's very important. And I'm going to tell the listeners I'm going to tell them a little story, because a lot of people may think that, a filter is a filter is a filter is a filter, but absolutely not. There is a difference in what you are putting in your body when it comes to water, what you shower with when it comes to water, what you cook with when it comes to water. There is a lot of different things, and people say, hey, now there's different flavors of water now, which it's man-made to or person-made to an extent. But I have to tell the listeners, Carol, that you have blessed me with the opportunity to compare the difference. Today you came and you gave me a sample of of what the water is being used by White Wave Filtration. So, Carol, as you gave me my gift and I went to work and I compared what I had in a bottle compared to what you gave me, I was not only blown away, but I immediately, and I'm saying this to be completely honest, and I'm being honest with not just my guests, but also the listeners out there listening, was blown away. I had to toss that bottle aside, because there is an enormous difference between the two. Now, I'm not going to tell the listeners exactly what product that was that came out of a bottle, but I know if you use White Wave Filtration, you use the product, you will be amazed by the taste results. And I can guarantee you, like I haven't used any filters or anything like that, or cooked with it or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure that the difference that I'm getting, Carol, today will reflect on not just my body but others as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to definitely enhance your health because it doesn't have all the carcinogens in it. And a carcinogen are cancer-causing bacteria. So it minimizes that. And so it's going to make you healthier. And most importantly, in referring to why we also remove the chloramines, is because chloramines are the most dangerous form in vapor and steam. So, and remember, those are ammonia and chlorine mixed. So it creates a poisonous gas. So when a person is taking a hot, steamy shower, or they're sitting in a hot bath with the steam coming off the water, or they're cooking in their kitchen with on the stove with the steam coming up from their recipe, they are actually breathing in that poisonous gas from the chloramines. So by not having chloramines in the water and not having the dangerous vapor and the steam, you're not only helping your skin, but now you're helping your respiratory system by not breathing all this in. So it's actually giving you a cleaner air quality.
Wow. This is amazing. When I first met you, and I know when you were telling me about all the things that you have, and I encourage people to go to www.whitewavefiltration.com. Make sure you go ahead and check out everything that is on the website. Carol from White Wave is our guest on Nexxlegacy Radio. When I met you and you told me and you showed me the website and I went on the website, I did not know, Carol, at that time, what I would be embarking on is a new way of how I'm putting fluids in my body, how to better take care of your body in a sense where it's just like a lot of people say, hey, if I avoid certain foods, I won't be able to, I will feel a certain way and I may feel better about, how I get up in the morning and things like that too. But I didn't know all this, Carol, and it's just like, the more I got a chance to really get acclimated to the website and the education of it and hear you talk about it, it's something that, my God, it's revolutionary. It's something that people should definitely log in and appreciate because, Carol, you mentioned that you have kids. I have a daughter. People out there listening, if you have kids, they are, of course, not to sound cliche, our future, right? So our future is tied to a lot of things that we can do and we can create and we can invent that will be able to keep this world spinning. And this is a perfect time for a lot of our young kids to really get educated on this too, right?
Yeah, actually somebody mentioned to me the other day that she actually thought that I should start a water education program for the kids at school because they do need to be educated about their water. We don't even know how long our water is going to last. We really have no idea. There's so much out there regarding our water that people don't know. And I really encourage everybody to start going online, reading about our water, educate yourself. I'm just part of that education. But yeah, I think the kids really need to start being educated and realize how important their water supply is, because without water, we're not going to be here anymore. That's it.
Absolutely.
So we not only need to understand what's in our water, but we also need to understand how to preserve the water systems that we have. It's really, really important.
I think it's a great idea to educate our younger people about the responsibilities of what you put into your body via water, but also the responsibility of maintaining proper use and also just proper etiquette when it comes to it, because water is such a precious thing. A lot of people feel like, I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel like a lot of us has taken water for granted over the years. I know I probably have growing up. There may have been situations where I've just completely, left the water on for too long and just let it drip down everywhere. And, that could have meant something at one particular time. But now that we have kids and kids will have kids and things like that, I think it's different. Like, you have to look at it with a clear mind and a clear perspective, and maybe we can have educational tools like this where, and I'm thinking, Carol, off the top of my head, like coloring books, or do something where, you can even have the younger folks who is, still growing into themselves. Maybe they can be able to have that opportunity to, learn more about the importance of water through academics. So I think that's a brilliant idea to have.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad that this person brought this up to me. Yeah, I just think that people don't really start thinking about their water supply or what's in their water until it hits the newspaper. About somebody about a town having lead poison, too much lead or lead poisoning, or too much arsenic or too much of anything, and until it hits the news, people just go about their daily life and they don't really think about water. And then when something in the news comes up about lead poisoning or too much of something, then they start going, oh, well, I guess I better start buying more bottled water. I better start thinking, and that's as far as people go. They just start buying more bottled water, or they'll buy maybe an under-the-counter filter for maybe their kitchen faucet, and that's it. Mm-hmm. They don't look any further. They just said, okay, well, this is as good as it's going to get, and that's all there is. So as long as I don't get any lead, then I'm fine. But that's just not true anymore. It just isn't. And I just actually did some research the other day and found out that 50 billion bottles of water are purchased each year. Out of the 50 billion, 80% of those end up in landfill. And even, so people are drinking these plastic bottles thinking that that's healthy water. And what they don't understand is that the majority of the water that is bottled comes out of a tap. It may come out of a large tap, but it's coming out of a tap. And bottled water actually costs 1,000 times more than tap water. And so you're paying 1,000 times more for tap water when you can just turn on your own tap and pretty much get the same contaminated water.
Right.
So people
with no cost.
Right, exactly. And I think what people are missing with the plastic bottle is you're not only getting the contaminants that come with the water when it's actually bottled, but these bottles are bottled at a large factory, and then they're shipped. They're shipped in trucks. They're not refrigerated, and they travel, and so as these soft plastic bottles heat up, then the plastic starts leaching into the plastic starts leaching into the water. So by the time it gets trucked to a warehouse, it sits in the warehouse for a very long time, and then it goes in another truck to get maybe to its destination. And if you go to your grocery store, the average grocery store out there has cases and cases of water stacked in front of their store or in back of their store because they have nowhere to put it. And guess where it's sitting? In the hot sun. just leaching more and more plastic into that water. So people are not getting healthy water, spending 1,000 times more for it.
A lot of people think that just because the water is bottled doesn't mean that the bottle itself that has contaminants. I mean, plastic is being made, rubber is being used, things that make the bottle, the actual bottle, the contaminants in that bottle can, seep into the water itself. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm glad you're giving us an educational tool live on Nexxlegacy Radio. My guest, Carol, whitewavefiltration.com is the website. You can go on the website, do that right now. And a couple of quick questions before we let you go. I want to dive into products. It is on your website. People can take a look at it. People can make purchases. With that being said, a lot of it that I feel is at a point in time where it is very simple. It's a basic installation, correct? And it really has an opportunity to be able to be in not just multiple homes, but maybe even apartments and condos and things like that. Yes.
No, unfortunately, we don't have an over-the-counter one quite yet for apartments. Because apartment plumbing, so our system is hooked into the main city water system. So for apartments, that's very difficult to do unless it's new construction, and then a contractor would have had to think of that prior. So right now we're offering a system that is for a home or a regular, home or a townhome at this point, or a condo.
Gotcha.
And yes. So we basically, with our system, we include 1 year's worth of filters, and we have left it open for people to find their own licensed plumber, because a lot of people, maybe they have a cousin or a brother that's a licensed plumber. So I did not want to include plumbing in my price, because I want people to be able to benefit from relatives or discounts from friends that they might know. So my basic system is $2,200, and that includes shipping. It does not include tax. And it's drop shipped directly from our factory to a person's home or condo or townhome. It's very simple. It gets to you within 10 days. And then you just simply call your licensed or professional plumber, get a bid, and I recommend a person gets three bids if they don't have a brother or a cousin or an uncle. And it's very, very simple plumbing for somebody. I can also suggest a couple of plumbers in the local Bay Area that I have had already install many systems.
Excellent. And for people out there that is interested, make sure you go ahead and check out the website, www.whitewavefiltration.com. Make sure you click on the products tab, which is on the very top. And again, I have to commend you. It's very simple, straight to the point. You can click it, get educated, but also there is a buy now, which literally you can buy now. You can make sure you go ahead and click that button right there and just show some support. And not only that, just, in a lot of sense, you can save your life too. Like, get cleaner with your body and your system by using this, because if you're drinking water, just know where it's coming from and know that there is steps out here that can not just educate you, but make your life cleaner. You can email info@whitewavefiltration.com. The number to dial is 650-780-9323, located in Redwood City. But also, Carol, I saw that if you don't live in the Bay Area there and you have there's a way for people to get in contact with you if they do not live in the Bay Area, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the capability of customizing a water filtration system for almost any city that's not with Hetch Hetchy. So if a person lives in Sacramento, for instance, Northern California, and they don't have chloramines in their water, which I haven't researched that one yet, But if they don't have chloramines, then we can fix them up with an appropriate system. But we customize to your individual city and county so that we know you're getting out exactly what you need to get out for the water that's coming into your home.
Excellent, excellent. Once again, Carol, whitewavefiltration.com. Check out the website. Not just check out the website, just make purchases, not just for yourself. Tell your family members, tell your friends, tell anyone that is in earshot that is very interested in learning more about educating themselves with clean water. And Carol, I again, before I let you go, I have to say thank you. Thank you for educating me, because now I'm actually going to make sure that I get in contact with my mom and tell my mom, she lives in the Bay Area, of course, she needs to get on board, and my aunt. So it's like passing it on to family members. I live in an apartment, so it's not going to work out for me yet, but that may be coming soon, I'm sure. But I'm going to pass it on to everybody, because I think everybody should know. And I think that's important. And I think we all, as listeners, we have a responsibility to not just to yourself, but to each other. If you love someone, or if you care about someone, and if you really want to see growth and evolution, not just in our education, but also in our preparation with water, this is the best place to go. Carol, I commend you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you having me on today. Thank you so much. And I really look forward to answering any questions. Please don't hesitate to email me, call me. I'm absolutely here for everybody.
And this is the first of many, many visits to the station, Carol. I'm just going to extend an invite live personally that I would love to have you come back and promote the product, educate our listeners, and continue this push. So this is the first of many.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I will look forward
Appreciate it.
To coming many times and visiting on your station.
Yes, indeed. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks again, Carol. That is the beautiful, the talented, the evolutionary, that I feel, educator for whitewavefiltration.com website. Please, I've been saying it for the last half an hour, 45 minutes almost, to please go check it out. Go buy now. It's a red button. Go check it out. Please buy. Not just buy, be educated. Carol, thanks a lot, dear. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Take care. That is whitewavefiltration.com. That is the website. You can go check it out, and you can educate yourself on the importance of it. And as we get ready to close down, don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Sunday's Branded After Dark. Kim Roberts is my guest, actress. Make sure that you go check out the website, which is www.nexxlegacy.com, NEXXLEGACY.com. Make sure you go ahead and hit up Facebook, which is facebook.com/Nexxlegacy. Twitter, Nexxlegacy, and Twitter, iambranded, and Instagram, Nexxlegacy. Shout out to everybody out there, the cast of characters that always listens and tunes in to the station. This is a different show. This is also an educational show, and I'm glad that the people out there that is listening had a chance to absorb something different that we put on here on Nexxlegacy. And it was an excellent opportunity to talk to Carol. Again, once you support whitewavefiltration.com, that is the place to be for your filtration and water needs. It's just an excellent product. You can taste the difference, and it's something that I feel like the masses should be appreciative. So once again, shout out to Carol. Shout out to all the listeners out there listening. This is Charles. I am Brandon Madison right here on Nexxlegacy Radio.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.